Okay, so I watched The Usual Suspects. Of course, you know why. It's because of that one reel that you've seen on YouTube everywhere, the police interrogation of them reading the lines, the blooper reel. Now, this movie, of course, it will be ruined for you if you have already watched Seven, the David Fincher movie starring Brad Pitt. If you've seen that movie, this movie will be very easy to predict because it's one of those movies where, it's like, who did it? Who's the guy? It's the mystery. That's this kind of movie which they reveal at the end, and that's a big spoiler. So if you watch Seven, you will 100% understand this movie and be like, okay, I know who's the guy. And it kind of, defeats the enjoyment a little bit. But that being said, forget you've never watched Seven and you're just going into this movie fresh. It's a very good movie. It is one of those movies that keeps on. It's not a super long movie. It's just 1 hour 40 minutes, super short. But it just keeps going. And like in that short span of time, there's a lot of things that happen. These five guys come, they collaborate, they do a bunch of stuff, they find out a bunch of stuff, they have to discover a bunch of stuff, they're given a bunch of stuff to do, and there's a lot of back and forth going on in this police investigation story, and I think it's done pretty well. And I love the old school kind of movies, and this one really fits in. But yeah, of course, but even the ending, the way it's revealed, who did it, I found that to be really clever. Now, being said that, I've seen this sort of stuff being played out in newer movies. So I'm guessing the newer movies took inspiration from The Usual Suspects, because that's a very old movie. And I think this movie does a really good job at just building tension, keeping you guessing, who did it and stuff. They do try to give you a, misinformation, like a fake, aha, gotcha kind of moment at the end. But to be honest, I watched Seven, and if you watch Seven, you know exactly what I'm talking about, So I hope you haven't watched Seven before watching this movie, right? So watch this movie, and then maybe you can watch Seven. If you watch Seven already, this movie might, it might not give you the surprise that you wanted. But yeah, let me know what you thought about The Usual Suspects. I mean, Tom Cruise, Christopher McQuarrie, they have been the ones talking about this movie, and I had to see it because it's one of those classic old movies that you have to watch, that's been praised a lot. So yeah, you let me know what you thought about this movie in the comments. And yeah, I just had to make a video because I thought this movie was pretty good.